I don't think it matters who you're a fan of. If you're a fan of Alfa Romeo, a fan of Williams, or even a fan of Mercedes or Red Bull, I think everyone can agree that they love this. That is right, Ferrari is back, folks. All right, so we had some high expectations for Ferrari coming into this year. They looked great during the testing. They looked great during practice. They looked great during qualifying. And they lived up to the hype today. Ran 1-3 consistently through the day. Red Bull had some problems, some massive problems at the end of this race. And it resulted in a Ferrari 1-2. Their first win since Singapore in 2019, which was also a Ferrari 1-2 with Vettel and Leclerc. And so Sainz and Leclerc. Leclerc gets his third career victory in Formula One. Sainz, his second consecutive race, getting on the podium. Of course, he finished third on the podium in Abu Dhabi last season. And even though Red Bull was looking really strong, running second and fourth throughout the whole race, well ahead of Mercedes, it's still a Mercedes on the podium today. So, I wore a red hat. This is the reddest hat I have for Ferrari. But, just a dominating performance. Leclerc led almost every lap today. He had a challenge from Verstappen after the first round of pit stops where they were side by side fighting, exchanging the lead. Verstappen would get DRS down the long front stretch. He would take the lead into turn one. He sent it deep a few times, locked up the front tires a few times. And then Leclerc would get him back with DRS after turn 3, going down into turn 4. It was a great battle. It was a really fun battle. I absolutely loved every single second of it. It was extremely fun. And really good day for Ferrari, but also Red Bull looked really good this weekend, but it all collapsed in the last 10 laps. Safety car with 13 or so to go. Pierre Gasly, his car caught on fire, some electrical issue, something caught on fire, and he did not finish the race. And the safety car, Max Verstappen, started to report to the team that he was feeling something off. They had just pitted. They thought maybe a loose wheel, something was going wrong with that, but they said everything was fine. The mechanics said everything was fine, and they continued on. Verstappen said he was losing power steering or something, and they told Verstappen, tough it out. There's only going to be 8 laps to go when we restart, so just tough it out. The last few laps without power steering, and so, Verstappen tried his best, and then he got passed with 3 to go by Carlos Sainz, and he lost his battery. The battery decided to stop working. Verstappen did not finish the race. Not a great start. Honestly, the worst start to his championship defense. And then the other Red Bull, Sergio Perez, was holding on to third, trying to get that last podium spot, was holding off Lewis Hamilton. And on the last lap in the first corner, he spun out. The engine did something. I think the engine had a problem, which, did something to the car, and Perez lost it, and Lewis Hamilton got by to get on the podium. So Mercedes, it looked like they were down a bit. It looked like they were the third best team coming into this weekend. It was like, oh my gosh, none of the Mercedes are going to be on the podium. They were well off the pace of Ferrari and Red Bull, but somehow, in some way, they still get on the podium, and the other Mercedes of George Russell fourth. So a chaotic race there at the end, but an exciting one. A great battle between Leclerc and Verstappen, as I said earlier. If Red Bull does have reliability problems, that could very well hurt their championship cases in both the Constructors and in the Drivers' Championship. And obviously, today's a big hit on the Constructors. Ferrari just got max points on the day, and Red Bull didn't even score a point because of their issues. Mercedes is now second in the Constructors. I know it's only been one race, but, thinking in the long haul. Chaotic race, and that's not even to mention the best part about it. Haas, after not scoring a single point last year, finished 5th today with Kevin Magnussen, baby. Let's go. That's how many points? I think that's 10 points, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but great day for Haas. They had both cars in the points there at the end, but Schumacher was on older tires, and he fell back to 11th. But let's go through the results. This was such a fun race, and fun results too. So Leclerc wins his 3rd race of the season. And man, the Ferrari hype is probably the highest it'll be right now. 1-2, Sainz second. 2 guys that, people are saying is the best driver lineup in Formula One. And today they showed why. ran consistently in the podium positions. Leclerc, even though he had a challenge from Verstappen late with that safety car, and even earlier in the race when they were racing each other, Leclerc kept it calm, or kept his cool, kept himself calm, was able to retain the lead, pull away from Verstappen, manage his tires, manage his car, and he was able to pull ahead and win at Bahrain. Carlos Sainz finishes second, takes advantage of Verstappen's problems, but it was no fluke podium, no fluke runner-up at all. He was on the podium all day long. Ferrari looked amazing this weekend. He was only a couple tenths, I want to say, off of the pole position. So Carlos Sainz looking amazing right now. Both Ferrari drivers, the Ferrari car, everything is looking great for them right now. An absolutely amazing start to the season. It could not have been any better for them. Third and fourth, Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Mercedes struggled this weekend, fifth and ninth in qualifying. Not the greatest practice sessions, but somehow, some way, with the failures of Red Bull, Mercedes stepped up and finished third and fourth. Hamilton gets on the podium. Russell finishes fourth in his debut for Mercedes, or his full-time debut with Mercedes. So great day for them, and especially if Red Bull's going to have problems. As of right now, what we're looking at right now, I know it's early in the season, but Mercedes is going to be fighting for second in the constructors. And if Red Bull cannot finish races, then they will get that second in the constructors. So big day for them. Fifth place, Kevin Magnussen, his first race back in F1. He gets Haas a fifth place finish after such a bad year for Haas last year. Fifth. Incredible. Absolutely incredible to see them up there. I know they are so excited over there at Haas. Gunter's got to be screaming so much, and so much happiness, so much joy for that team. They've had their struggles the past couple of years, especially last year, but their first race this year, they showed speed throughout the whole weekend. They were in points the whole day with Magnussen, and he ends up fifth. Great day for them. Sixth place, Valtteri Bottas. Bottas, he had a really bad start, started sixth, fell all the way back to 14th. Got back into the points at times today, but with the late safety car, with the late problems of the Red Bulls, Pierre Gasly, he was able to get up to sixth. So a great day for Valtteri Bottas. Seventh, Esteban Ocon. He finishes seventh. A good day for Alpine. Both cars in the points today. Great for them. Great for the constructor standings. Eighth place, Yuki Tsunoda. He made his F1 debut here last year. Got some points in that race. Get some points today. Even though his teammate had some failures in terms of the car, he was able to survive to the end of the race and finish eighth. Good day for him. Ninth, Fernando Alonso, as I said with the other Alpine of Ocon. A good points day. Good to get points. Both, I almost said Renaults, both Alpines in the points. And then 10th place in his F1 debut, Zhou Guanyu. Great debut for him. Alfa Romeo, I had them last on my preseason constructor standings, and I am feeling pretty bad about that right now. But a great day for Alfa Romeo. They've struggled the past couple of years. Last year, they finished ninth in the constructors. And in the opening race of the season, double points for them. A point for Zhou Guanyu, and then also a few points for Bottas. A great start to the season for them. So yeah, and then 11th, Mick Schumacher, his best career finish in F1 to date, and a great start to the season for him. Really just a great start for Haas overall. A fifth place from Magnussen, 11th from Schumacher. He's going to get points eventually, especially if Haas is performing this strong. 12th, Lance Stroll. Aston Martin did not look great today, but he benefited there at the end from that late race safety car, from the issues of other drivers. He gets up to 12th. Albon 13th, Ricciardo 14th, Norris 15th, Latifi 16th, Williams and McLaren. Yikes. Really bad days for them. They were never in the points at any point at all. Really bad day for them. Really bad weekend for them. Yeah, and the thing is that you look at these teams at the back of the field that finished the race. You got Aston Martin, Williams, and McLaren, all Mercedes powered. So I don't know if it's the power unit or if it's just those teams, what they did with the car aerodynamically, what the problem is. But well off the pace, not good days for them. And then we get to Hülkenberg in 17th, and then the DNFs of Perez, Verstappen, and Gasly. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, that was a major collapse by Red Bull. They had a podium. They had a chance at a double podium. If Perez could have gotten past Sainz somehow at the end, and it all fell apart, and they leave Bahrain with 0 points. Absolutely major collapse, something with the reliability of the cars. And truly, I know it's only the first weekend, but if they continue to have these problems, it could be a long season. For Red Bull, they showed speed. They're the second best team right now in terms of speed, pace, qualifying, and race, but if they can't finish races, you can't get points. So they're going to have to figure out what the problem was there, try to fix that problem. But right now, it's a great start for Ferrari. Ferrari is back. Italian's happy. Charles Leclerc, he's happy. Great job, F1. You got me saying Charles. Is it Charles or Charles? I feel like Charles, is that like the French pronunciation because he's from Monaco? Monaco's on the border of France. I don't know. But yeah, a really good race overall. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The battle between Leclerc and Verstappen. The chaos of the end of the race. I mean, everything about that race was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And then, of course, Ferrari getting back on the top step of the podium, getting a double podium. Binotto was up there on the podium today for Ferrari. He's been kind of running the team. He's been the team principal for the past few years. And they've had their struggles. 2020 was horrendous for Ferrari. Last year was much better. P3 in the constructors standings. A few podiums from Sainz, one from Leclerc. And they start off 2022 with a 1-2. After all the hype of the offseason, they have lived up to it, but they still have 21 races to go. Championship is not decided in the first race of the season. They still have a long season, but this is the strongest possible start for Ferrari. So thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want more F1, NASCAR, anything like that. We'll talk about the NASCAR race later this afternoon at New Atlanta. And yeah. Really excited for the rest of this season.